What's going on, everyone? Rage Comic here, and so today on the first episode of RTS Fridays, we're going to be reviewing Warhammer 40k Dawn of War. Before I get into the actual review of the game, I want to give you guys a brief summary on the overall story. So, the planet of Tartarus, a colony planet of the Imperium. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Imperium in the 40k universe is essentially humanity underneath one banner, underneath one emperor, right? And so, in the 41st millennium, humanity has conquered much of the Milky Way galaxy. They inhabit many different worlds and things like that. So, that puts them at threat of being at war, right? Humanity in this time frame is constantly at war. Now, I'm new to 40k, so the three alien races that I know they fight the most are the Orcs, the Eldar, and the Tyranids, right? Now, the Tyranids aren't in this game. The Eldar and the Orcs are in this game, and throughout the story, they'll give you hints to why the Eldar are on the planet, and I think not even that many missions deep, they tell you why the Orcs are there and their plan. But pretty much on this planet of Tartarus, the Orcs have invaded. The Imperial Guard is doing the best they can to stand their ground, but they fall short. But the Blood Ravens arrive, led by Gabriel Angelus, and then after they pretty much clear the Orcs out of the area and save the Imperial Guard, they do a further investigation on the planet, leading them to discover that chaos is afoot. So the characters of Lord Bale and Sentry are on this planet, and they're all after this artifact known as the Maledictum. Now this thing, the Maledictum, is a stone that contains the essence of the Demon of Corn. Playing Dawn of War sees you setting up HQs during the campaign missions, with the main goal being to capture strategic points in order to gain requisition. Requisition is needed to purchase units, such as more squad units, vehicle units, and things like that. Upgrading your stronghold pretty much raises the cap. Now, the cap, from what I see, probably like 17 is like the number of units you can have at a given time, right? So you upgrade your stronghold, you upgrade your vehicle cap and your squad cap. Those things get lifted so you can have more soldiers out on the field, so you're not, getting absolutely fucked by Orcs or Eldar, because one thing I do hate is the goddamn Eldar. The Orcs, yeah, I can deal with them, but the Eldar with those webway portals, they can just teleport anywhere. Yeah, not a big fan of them. But with all this in mind, the game really gave me a sense of control while playing it. I really did feel like a commander of this great and powerful army, moving my troops to point A and to point B, fucking up some Orcs, fucking up some Chaos dudes, fucking up some Eldar. That's what I love to do with this game. This game was really a blast to play. Another thing that I loved about this game was the challenge. Now, this game has about 3 different difficulty modes. There is no easy mode. There's normal, hard, and then very hard, I believe. I'll probably check that. But yeah, like when it came to certain missions, there were certain times where I was like, okay, I need to restart this entire mission. Forget going back to the last checkpoint I was at. I need to restart the whole mission so I can pretty much learn from my mistakes. I already have a good view of the map, because one thing there is to know when you're playing through the campaign, a lot of the map is covered in this fog of darkness. So think about like when you're playing like GTA 5 for like the first time, and most of the map you can't really see unless you go out and explore. Like Red Dead, I think Rockstar does that a lot with their games. It's kind of like the same thing with Dawn of War. And it's also very important that you use your scouts. I've learned that lesson many a times. Use your scouts to go ahead and scout out that area. It's better to have them go out there and get shot than you getting trapped in a Xeno death trap, because that's happened to me on more than one occasion, because those goddamn Orcs are so fucking feisty. I'm sorry. The Imperium is rubbing off on me. Filthy Xenos. Now, a lot of the animations in this good is amazing. When you guys see my B footage of the gameplay, I'll zoom in a lot. 1, just to show you guys a greater detail of the fight that's going on, and 2, because I love seeing those like executions that they do. The Orcs have this one move where they swing down, like the larger ones. They swing down with their knife, right, or their big swords. And once that gets caught into your shoulder, your character falls to their knees, and then they just like kick them off of it, and they just fall over, which was amazing. And one thing too, the dreadnoughts. So the Space Marines have dreadnoughts. It's another vehicle you can have. The dreadnoughts are actually very useful. Hellfire dreadnoughts, because 1, they're more powerful than just the regular old dreadnoughts. But when I've seen from the regular dreadnoughts, they will pick up an Orc, or in my case, I loved it a lot when they picked up an Eldar, had it in its hand, spun it around. All you see is like blood just spilling out, and they just toss it aside. I love that there was like a lot of detail put into that. That's why I think this game has, for me, a lot of replayability, is just looking at that. Because when I first played this, I was playing it more like zoomed out. Well, on my second playthrough, getting ready for this review, I was like, you know what, let me zoom in, see what's really going on. Because honestly, I just love just seeing these armies. I'm like, I don't really have too much control over them. I think with like Gabriel and Isidore, Isidore was the one of the librarians, and he has this Smite move where pretty much all you see is like a kind of like a force field. I think of Charles Xavier around his mind, and then just sends him away, like a force push. And I really enjoyed looking at that. To wrap things up, Warhammer 40k Dawn of War is an excellent experience, a 10 out of 10. The gameplay is excellent, the story amazing, and honestly, if you guys are looking for a new game to play, something to switch it up, if you're into like a lot of first-person shooters and you want to try something different, this game is for you. But anyway, this is Rage Comic. This is going to do it for me. Be on the lookout because we have more videos coming out, more discussion videos, more gaming videos, and a lot more.